The throne is in your hands. The future is in your care. You are raising more than children. You are raising those who will lead.
Power in their hands.
Hey, purpose in their hearts. Hey.
Influence in their voice.
Oh,
the throne is in your hands.
The throne is in your hands.
Raised with vision.
Build with intention.
The throne is in your hands.
Oh, 40 speakers. One assignment. 7 days of transformation. July 20th to 26th.
2026.
We are raising the next. The throne is in your hands. The future is in your care. You are raising more than children. You are raising those who will lead.
Power in their hands.
Hey, purpose in their hearts. Hey.
Influence in their voice.
Oh,
The throne is in your hands.
the throne is in your hands.
Raised with vision.
Build with intention.
The throne is in your hands.
Oh, 40 speakers. One assignment. 7 days of transformation. July 20th to 26th.
2026.
We are raising the next.
Okay, my name is Tracy Akpera. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a coach. I coach people in the 9 to 5 space. And then I'm an intentional parent. Of course, I'm in the inner circle cohort 1L. How did I hear about it? Okay, so I don't know how long I've been in the yard. Sometimes I need to be reminded. But I heard about the inner circle from word of mouth, from my relationship with coach. That's where I first said it. This was so many years ago. Parenting journey before the yard. It was a series of shouting, of being afraid, of not knowing what to do, of reactive parenting, because many times we'll wait for the issues to occur, then we'll start jumping up and down and looking for how to solve them. So this was just a summary of what we're doing before the yard. Inner circle, I like to say that the very first thing that I heard coach say that was like, it was abnormal. It sounded abnormal to me, and that was the first thing that really piqued my interest. And that's one thing I've held on to through all these years, is that parenting is about you. I know that many people that know Coach Wendy would have heard that phrase, but many people just think it just surfaced to them. But really, that particular one sentence was something that really, really made very deep impact on me. To start going beyond just looking at my children and, oh, these are my children, to really go back into myself. And that going back into myself, it revealed a lot of things. So, of course, over the years, I've got to attend so many courses. There's Educate Your Child Like a Pro, the Healing from Childhood Trauma, the AI course. I've attended so many. But it all came from that one phrase, that parenting is about me. Okay, in the yard, one of my most memorable moments. I mean, there are a lot, because if I just listening to Coach Wendy's voice every morning has a huge impact on me and on my journey. And there's this thing that many people always say, that sometimes it feels as if Coach Wendy is right in your home with you, and that is very real. But what has impacted me the most is to be able to know that this thing, it can be learned, and that we are in the environment that we keep learning. And so it doesn't mean that because we are learning, doesn't mean that things will not happen. Things will happen, but because you are in the place of knowledge, there is a way. You are no longer reacting. Remember I said before the inner circle, we're reacting. So now we have left that place. We have left that place long time ago. We are no longer reacting. We are responding. We are responding from a place of knowledge, from a place of intentionality, and from a place of understanding. So some of us, we say that we pin. We are here. Like it's a recurring decimal. You just have to be in. The thing is that parenting, you can never conquer. You can never say, I know it or I've known it. There is no place like that. You can never say you know it. And that's why in the yard we hear us talk about humility, Agbada, that you have to be humble. And knowledge, seeking knowledge has to come with humility. If you are not humble, you can't learn. So my advice to every parent is that find yourself in the yard. The inner circle is something that we have never experienced before. And it's something that hopefully by the grace of God we'll do it, and then we'll bequeath it even to our children that are coming after us. So if you're not yet in the inner circle, find your way into the inner circle. Find your way into the place where you are learning, you are growing, you are applying, you are seeing tangible results. I mean, I can assure you that you would see that where you were in the time you joined and where you were after you joined, you will see tangible difference. So everybody join. And if you're not registered for the 2027 inner circle, please go ahead and lock in your spot now. As for me, we pin. We are here. We're in the inner circle. Okay, our feathers have completely burnt. Our yellow blanket has burnt. Our feathers have completely burnt. I mean, that just tells you when coach is coming with all her bazookas and it is hitting the right places, our feathers are completely burnt. If you are not in the yard, why now?
What if the healthiest choice you make today is as simple as what you drink? Every bottle of Super Cow drinking yogurt is crafted to nourish your body with delicious goodness. Whether you love our sweetened drinking yogurt for its rich, creamy taste, or prefer our unsweetened drinking yogurt for a natural, healthier lifestyle, or enjoy the thick, protein-rich goodness of our Greek yogurt, there's always a Super Cow product made just for you. Behind every Super Cow product is a commitment to quality. We also supply trusted dairy solutions, including the Super Cow Stabilizer and natural food preservation solutions like Niacin and the Nitamycin. These are ingredients relied upon by professional food producers to help maintain product quality and freshness. Healthy living doesn't have to be complicated. It only starts with better choices. So, today, choose freshness, choose quality, choose nourishment, and above all, choose the Super Cow Dairy. Visit the nearest outlet close to you or reach out to the customer care line today and experience dairy the way it should be. Fresh, wholesome, and made for every lifestyle.
What if I told you that finding all your books and stationeries doesn't have to be stressful? Imagine walking into one place where everything you need for school, work, or your learning center is readily available at prices that suits your budget. Welcome to BNL Bookshop, Abuja's largest book warehouse. From textbooks, notebooks, office supplies, stationeries, school bag, lunch bag, water bottle, and educational resources for schools, students, teachers, offices, and learning centers. We've got you covered. Whether you're buying just a few items or placing bulk orders, we have a package for every pocket without compromising on quality. Shopping with us is actually very easy. Just visit our retail store or order from the comfort of your home at www.bnlbookshop.com. Or do you need our assistance? Call or WhatsApp us on 08067530574 or 08030831572, or kindly walk into our retail store at Shop 5 Asoro Plaza after Football Field, Piwai Lugbe, Abuja. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and X at BNL Bookshop across all platforms for updates, amazing deals, and everything you need to make learning easier. BNL Bookshop, where quality meets affordability and every page opens the door to endless possibilities. Visit us today.
Wow. And yes, We are live on the third section today of the Intentional Parenting Annual Conference. Drum rolls! Yes, bring up the fire emoji. I hope you've been having a great time. Yes, this is the conference tagged The Throne in Your Hands, raising the next system of power, purpose, and influence. Are you ready? I want to appreciate the African's #1 parenting coach, Wendy Ologe, who usually say that if you are a parent of a toddler, be grateful. And I'm that mom of 2 toddlers who is really grateful for the Intentional Parenting Academy in my parenting journey. I want to appreciate you, Ma. I celebrate you. My name is Abiola Oyewole, and I will be moderating this third section. And together with me on this moderating section is, yes, Ma.
Yes, I am Unadozie Angela. Welcome to day 1 of TIP Annual Conference 2026. Are you excited?
Yay! Love you. So,
Okay, so now TIP is my arc of safety, as I call it. So now the team will help us to roll in the bio of our speaker for today.
Celia Kibler is a nationally recognized parenting expert, family empowerment coach, international speaker, award-winning best-selling author, and founder of the Be a Better Parent Success System, a practical step-by-step approach that helps parents put the essential pieces of family success into place. With more than 44 years of parenting experience, over 35 years as a preschool fitness educator, and decades spent working directly with children and families, Celia combines professional expertise with extensive real-life experience. As a mother of 5, stepmother of 3, grandmother of 9, and parent in a blended family for more than 30 years, she understands both the joys and the challenges families experience throughout every stage of parenting. Celia is dedicated to helping parents raise cooperative, confident, responsible, and resilient children without yelling, shaming, threatening, or breaking their spirits. She is the creator of the Parent Puzzle, an innovative framework that helps families move beyond temporary parenting tips to understanding and address the deeper skills, relationships, routines, communication patterns, and parenting practices that create lasting change. Through simple, actionable success formulas, parents learn how to reduce stress, strengthen connection, increase cooperation, and intentionally build the family life they want, one piece at a time. Celia is also the founder of beabetterparent.com and creator of the Be a Better Parent app, providing parents around the world with accessible education, practical tools, encouragement, and support. Her commitment to creating calmer, healthier communities extends beyond parenting. Celia is the founder of the Day of Calm Foundation and the International Day of Calm, as well as the co-founder of FunFit Family Fitness. Through every aspect of her work, Celia's mission is to strengthen families, nurture healthier parent-child relationships, and create childhoods that children can blossom from. Please make welcome to the Intentional Parents Conference 2026, Celia Kibler.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank
Welcome,
you. Thank
Pastor.
you. Wow. Wow. Hi,
Thank you,
everyone in
ma'am.
Intentional Parents Academy. Good to be here again. So, shall I start? I think it went over to just me. And I have my slides. Am I starting? Yes? Okay, I guess I'm starting. So, hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a great uh, introduction. That was truly impressed, and thank you very much for that. So what we're talking about today is understanding the inner world of your child, raising responsible children without breaking their spirit. Once you understand your child, you make a huge jump from confusion for yourself to making the world more cooperative, creating better listeners, better participators, and really creating the adult, as so many have said today, that the next generation is going to honor and respect. So that's what we're talking about today, because as many have said before me, that's what we're doing. We're raising adults, not children. They're already children. Our job is to raise a confident, a self-reliant, a kind, a compassionate, a respectful, a peaceful, a God-loving adult. That is our job. So let's get started on how we can make them more responsible. Okay. So one thing I want to mention to you, and I believe if you were listening, the coach before me, she mentioned this too. Every behavior your child does is communication. Our job is not to control our children, but to understand them and to let them reach their highest potential. We are teachers. We are coaches. We are supporters. We are cheerleaders. We are not always there to make sure they do what we want them to do. We are also there to encourage them to do what they want to do. Okay, so you heard that I've been blending a family for over 30 years now. So I thought I'd play a little game with you. This is my blended family. These are my 5 children, my grandchildren, although not all the grandchildren are here. And this was us celebrating my grandson. He's over here. My grandson's 18th birthday and high school graduation. And I bring this picture to you guys because I want you to think, will your family be happy to come home? Will your kids be happy to come home 30 years from today? Are you creating a bonded family that has the same goals, that works as a team? This is not a competition. This is a team. And you are instilling the gifts that you have to give them so that 30 years from now, blended or not blended, those kids want to come home to you. And you get to see how they're parenting their kids. That's one of the biggest honors I have, is seeing my children parent their children. And I want to tell you something that my stepson said during this event. He said, he thanked us for having the party. And then he said, we truly have the greatest family on the planet. That was my stepson saying that, who I consider my son. But can you imagine 30 years from now? I want you to think about that. Your child says to you, we truly have the greatest family on the planet. How would you feel? I cried. I mean, brought me to tears. So you can look at this picture. If you want, you can guess which kids are my kids and which kids are my husband Rock's kids. And you can put them in the comments. I don't think I can see the comments. I don't know. Maybe I can see the comments. I can see the comments. Okay, so if you look at that, anybody want to guess what are my kids and which aren't my kids? and no fair Wendy guessing, because she already knows. So, yeah, I would write Esther. Wouldn't you cry? I cried. You know it. So I'll let you know so we can go on since we don't have a lot of time. But my children are numbers 2 and 4. So I have a girl and a boy. My husband's children are the other ones, 1, 3, and 5. He has 3 boys and I have 2 children, my daughter and my son, and my daughter is the oldest of all of them. So she kind of runs the house with the 4 boys. Of course, they don't live in the house because they're all, out doing their own thing. Okay, let's go rolling on this topic. I want you to think about this because as parents, we often look frustrated at our children and overwhelmed. And we're like, why won't they listen to us? What are they being so defensive about? Why are they being so argumentative? Why are they trying to negotiate everything? Why? Why are they disrespectful? And what happens when we look at all of these questions? Why this? Why that? Why? Can't we just listen and do what I'm asking? We're asking the wrong question. Instead of asking why they're doing something, reflect on what is my child trying to tell me? What is my child trying to tell me? I want you to think about that for a minute. This changes everything because, as some other speakers have already mentioned, your child's behavior is indicative of their feelings, and they can't always express those feelings. Thanks, Juris. They can't, and I'm seeing delayed comments on the last picture. They can't always reflect those feelings. They can't always explain in words what's going on in their little heads. So sometimes that confusion comes out in behavior, comes out in their own overwhelm, their own frustration, their own, I need more information. I want you to remember something. Disappointment. What is the definition of disappointment? Disappointment is not getting what you expected. So when we are disappointed, our expectations are not met. Now, I want you to remember that, because if you are disappointed, it is because something along the way wasn't met. Child wasn't listening. They weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. But I also want you to reflect on, did you even make clear your expectations? Or did you just ask them a question? Did you just give them a general request? Clean this room up. And you're asking a 3-year-old to clean up a room who has only been on the planet 3 years. First year, they were a blob. So 2 years of trying to figure this out. And you're expecting them to just jump into action on a general request. Instructions have to be concise. If you want to avoid disappointment, you need more concise instructions to your children. Every behavior tells a story. Think of it that way. They're not working hard to give you a hard time. They're having a hard time. They are not fully in understanding of what they're feeling and how to express it. They may have no idea how to tell you something. We often ask our children, why did you do that? I'm going to give you a big insight right here. For the most part, they don't know why. And we're going to explain that in a minute. When you say to your children, why did you do that? They actually don't know why. Even teenagers half the time don't know why. So asking them to do something is not helping them. It is not helpful. Instead, you want to be curious and you want to encourage their curiosity. The person that asks the most questions controls the conversation. So ask more detailed questions to find out what's going on. Here's what is actually going on in the world of your child. Up on top of the iceberg is what they're doing, is their behavior. What's under the iceberg? Everything else. Their emotions, which we all have, but we are not born with how to regulate them or emotional intelligence. That is learned. Their needs, what they need love, they need nurturing, they need warmth, they need shelter, they need unconditional love, they need support. Their brain development, which we'll get into, is in there too. They are not adults. They do not have the brain you have. And you may be expecting them to understand like an adult would. They can't do it. They cannot do it. The environment, look around your home. Is your environment chaotic? Is there clutter? Clutter is chaotic. Chaos is stress. Are you stressed out? Your children take on your behavior, your feelings, your moods. If you're stressed out, they're going to be stressed out. Now, I'm not saying you can't be stressed out. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is take action on trying to calm your own world so you can calm theirs. And at the very bottom is their need to connect to you, their need to know that they are equally as important to you as maybe their other siblings, as a new baby. You have a new baby and a toddler, that toddler is going to run you ragged trying to get your attention because all the attention's on the new baby. Give your toddler some attention. Make sure you're showing positive one-on-one attention to each of your children. Briefly, I touched on this, but I made a separate slide so you can drill it into you. If you are expecting your child to respond to you like an adult, if you are asking them a question and like, why are they just looking at me? Why are they look so confused? Why, like we discussed before, if you expect them to respond like I would respond to you or someone else would respond, you are asking the impossible. They are not adults. They don't have the brain of an adult. You are asking them to access tools that do not exist. Here's why. Let's look at the developing brain. And I want you to notice this little tan block that says we cannot expect children to consistently do things that haven't developed in their brain yet. The human brain develops in 25 years. Think about that. How old is your child? 4, 21 more years. 14, 11 more years. Is that right? Somebody might have to do the math. Think about that. How old are your children? Write it down. How old are my children? How much further to a fully developed brain? They don't have logic. They don't have reasoning. They can't go, well, let me logically look at this. Let me reasonably figure this out. They can't because it doesn't exist. They're not being defiant. They're not being difficult. They're being limited in the ability that they have over the ability that you have. Their amygdala, that's their little fire alarm. That's your fire alarm. That's the little thing that goes, oh my gosh, something is going on. The toast is burning. My parents yelling. That's in your brain too. You're thinking, oh my gosh, my child won't listen. I can't deal with it. I'm going to explode. Good news, guys. I'll give you a little tip. Your amygdala is built in with a 90-second reset. What does that mean? That means in 90 seconds, you can reset it. If you're all anxious and you're upset and you're like, I don't want to yell, I don't want to yell, I don't want to yell, talk to yourself and teach your children to do the same thing. Talk into that reset. You can say, I'm really mad right now I don't want to be mad. I want to be calm. By the time you're done having a conversation with yourself, your amygdala will reset and you will calm down. So will your children. If your children are mad, they squeeze the mad and they're, oh, I'm so mad, and they decide to let it go. They're resetting their amygdala. They have it, they can use it, they can reset it. What don't they have? What is a huge thing they don't have? They don't have a fully developed prefrontal cortex. That is the mastermind of your mind. That houses impulse control. That houses logic and reasoning and emotional regulation. That gives them the ability to see the world as an adult should see the world. So when your children do something impulsive, they do it because they do not have impulse control. They don't have something in their brain to calm or stop an impulse. It's going to happen. They lash out, they throw a tantrum, they cry, they scream, they throw a toy. They don't have the brain power to stop that impulse from happening. Remember that. That is really important. Don't get mad at them because they're doing something impulsive. It's now our job to come in there and teach them. Throwing that toy is not going to, number one, get your way. Plus, it can hurt somebody, and it's going to result in you losing that toy. Now the toy is gone. Consequence. And then explain to them, understand they're being upset. I understand you're mad. I understand you're upset. Let me give you some other ways to calm down. Understand that brain. Snapshot this screen because you can keep it and you can refer to it. Okay. Once again, you've heard it from everyone else. I'm going to repeat it again because it is seriously important. We are raising adults, not children. So I want you to think of, what do you want your child to be like? What qualities do you want your child to have? And I want you to start putting them in the comments. Give me at least 3 qualities you want your children to have. I'll rattle some off. Do you want them to be respectful? Do you want them to be honest? Do you want them to be kind? Do you want them to be fun? Do you want them to be compassionate? Do you want them to be loving? Do you want them to be creators? Do you want them to be noticers? Do you want them to be problem solvers? Self-control, great, yes. And they need to build it because, once again, they don't have it in their brains. Honesty, respect, diligence, self-confidence, love. These are great, great, great. Happy, caring, critical thinkers, kind, fun, smart. Yes, we want them to have these things. So while you're putting these in the comments, I want to ask you a question. Are you the things you want your children to be? Are you empathetic, honest, honorable? Are you a creator? Are you honest? Do you live as a person of integrity? Are you kind? Are you compassionate? Are you respectful? Are you the person you want your children to be? And now I want you to answer that question in the comments. Yes, I am. No, I could improve. Nobody's perfect. We are not asking you to be perfect. There are no perfect humans. Why? Because we are human. God gave us willpower. God gave us free will. God gave us a brain. That gives us the power over us. The only control you have is you. Your responses, your actions, your reactions. You don't control anything else. You certainly don't control your children. But you are there to teach and guide your children. Still working on, aren't we all? Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Okay, so what happens when your kids don't do what you expect them to do, when you get disappointed? I want to add to what I just said. If I said, who makes you yell? Who makes you yell? Often parents will say to me, my kids do, my husband does, my wife does, my students do, whatever. Whoever's making me yell makes me yell. Okay? Ask yourself, who makes you yell? Because I'm here to tell you the only one that makes you yell is you. You. You actually make a conscious choice to yell. You get escalated, you get elevated, you get irritated. I told you how to reset that amygdala. 90 seconds, you can reset it. Make sure you reset it before you're going to yell. You decide to yell. So if you can decide to yell, the good news is you can decide not to. If you decide to hit your child, the good news is you can decide not to. What is all that aggression doing? It is planting lifelong voices in their heads. Think about the voices in your head. Do you doubt yourself? Do you second guess yourself? Do you worry about what other people think? Do you think you do nothing wrong? The opposite is I do nothing right. These are the voices you're planting in your child's head when you are yelling at them and treating them aggressively. I'm glad you see that, Abigail. Those voices, that self-doubt, that I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, those voices are put there from childhood by an aggressive parent. And they are voices that live there your whole life long if you don't do something about it and you don't try to turn it around. So I would like to know, what would you like your kids to think about themselves? What voices do you want them to have in their head? Again, put it in the comments so we can help each other. What voice is in your head that you wish didn't exist? Is it self-doubt? Is it, I can't get past this, I'm just not good enough? I'm stupid. What is the voice you're hearing? I believed I was stupid probably till I was like 50 years old. And I discovered, you know what? Maybe I'm not so stupid. But I grew up with a family of brilliant humans, and I always felt like I was the dumbest. So therefore, I believed I was. I figured it out. I don't think I'm stupid anymore. What is the messages and the voices that your child is hearing? What do you want them to hear? That is your goal. And that is what is going to make them an incredible adult, a king, someone worthy of a throne, someone worthy of the next generation and leading the next generation. People cannot lead if they think they're bad, if they think they're a bad kid, if they think they're no good, if they think they're not worthy. How will they lead? You have to stop aggressively responding to them. Okay, on to next. I could be here all day. Sorry, I'll try not to. Why does punishment not work in the long term? I've had so many parents say, yeah, but when I yell at my child, I spank my child, it stops. Whatever's happening stops. It does stop. It can stop the behavior, but it teaches zero. It teaches them nothing. And that's why you see the behavior happen again and again and again. I am enough. I am loved. I'm worthy. I have to read that. Thank you, Kanayo. It's actually beautiful. Yes. Isn't that what you want your kids to hear? Okay. Back to what punishment does. May stop the behavior. It puts fear into your child. I know that people believe that child should fear a parent. I want to ask you, do you really want your child afraid of you? I have raised 5 children successfully into adulthood They are respectful. They are kind. They're compassionate. They have great jobs. They support their family. They're great parents. I did it without yelling or hitting them. They didn't need that. Why? Because of this bottom line. Yelling, hitting, beating, name calling is not and never will be respectful. You cannot teach respect or earn respect by being disrespectful. You want your child to respect you, you must be respectful to them. And it's amazing the magic things that happen when you are respectful to them. It's amazing the cooperation and the listening that happens when they feel respected. Don't you want to feel respected? Don't you feel great when you're respected, when you're honored? You need to start teaching your children. That's what a consequence does. A proper consequence, cheers, I'm having a little water. A proper consequence teaches a child to make a better choice the next time that situation happens. We make choices every single day. Every day is a choice. Every minute is a choice. We make a choice to wake up and get out of bed. We make a choice to get dressed. We make a choice to go to school, go to camp. You made a choice to be here or not be here. You luckily chose correctly and you're here. And we're honored and grateful. Everything's a choice, and consequences done correctly give children the opportunity to decide and make a better choice the next time they occur, the next time that situation occurs. Our goal is to build character. Remember always, lasting character is stronger than temporary compliance. If they are just listening because you're yelling at them or you hit them, you're not adding to the character of your child. We're not just getting them to follow an instruction today. We're getting them and helping them to develop the wisdom they need so that no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing, no matter how far they get in lives, they have the ability to make the best choices, to be a person of integrity, to do what they say they're going to do, to decide to live a life based on their values, not someone else's. That is what we're building, their character. Okay, we're halfway through. I want to take a breath break. Can you say that real fast 10 times? Okay, let's take a breath. We're calming our amygdala. We're calming our body, our soul. And this is how you can teach your kids to take a breath. Put up a finger. Do it with me, please. Smell the flower. Blow out the candles. Smell the flower. Blow out the candles. Smell the flower. Blow out the candles. Don't you feel calmer already? And while we're here, let's have a moment of gratitude. Thankful for Wendy, her team, this incredible group of speakers that I'm honored to be a part of, all the parents attending, and be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the shoulder because you showed up. You decided to make a difference in your family's future. That was a choice, and you made the right one. Peppa, yet Phil's. Yes, you know my Peppa. Peppa. Pause, evaluate, plan, act. That gives you the approach to any difficult situation. Let me pause. Let me see what's really going on. Let me evaluate. Let me plan what I'm going to do, and then let me act and do that. Peppa, P-E-P-A, pause, evaluate, plan, act. Use it. It will reset that 90-second amygdala too. Okay, before we continue, I just want to remind you, we'll do questions at the end. put the questions in the comments so we be able to find them. And a good way to do it is use a capital Q and then a colon and a question, and we can find it easily. Okay, let's keep going. Let's move on to responsibility. It is learned. It is not demanded. You are not teaching your child to be responsible by demanding them to do something. They are not born responsible. Responsibility is practice, offered, modeled, encouraged, and most of all, appreciated. Don't you appreciate somebody appreciating your effort? Appreciate each other. This goes for you, your spouse, your kids, and back. Say thank you for doing something. Be specific. Just don't say good job. Say thank you for helping your brother clean up his toys. Thank you for reading to your brother. Thank you for helping me do the dishes. Appreciate everyone's effort in your family. This is not a competition. You are a team. And you need to appreciate every member of that team. Part of responsibility, the biggest part of it is your children feeling like they belong with you. I will tell you, if you ask a teenager, and I've raised 5 of them, why they don't want to have anything to do with their family, they're going to tell you because no one cares, no one listens to me, no one asks me my opinion. I might as well be invisible. If your child feels invisible, you have a problem. Never let your child or spouse or partner or friends or anyone you care about feel invisible. Your children will participate and take on responsibility because they feel like they matter in your home. Someone cares about them. Someone cares about what they're doing. Respect creates this. I am all about respect. Together time. Let's talk about together time, my favorite topic, because it really builds that connection. It's not just playtime. It's all the things time. Cleaning dishes together. Okay, Wednesday night's laundry night. That doesn't mean it's just laundry night for mom or laundry night for dad. It's family laundry night. Let's go do the laundry together. Children become responsible when they're offered responsibility. And household responsibilities is everyone's job. I have a lot of moms that come home and they'll say, I come home from work and I have so much to do. I hear that all the time. Well, guess what, my friends? You made more humans. Yay! You made more people. So put those people to work. If you talk to Wendy, she'll tell you her kids cooked meals for her when they were like 9 years old. That's what you want. You want a goal. You want to teach your child to start cooking so they cook for you. They're your own like little personal chefs and they love it. They love cooking. They love doing household stuff. You're not at 12 years old introducing chores and they're fighting you because it's normal for them to do these things. They've always done these things. How early can you start? As early as your child can hold something in their hand. If they're sitting in a high chair, they can get a rag and they can clean off their high chair. They're not going to be able to vacuum if they can't walk, but eventually that'll come. And then I hear parents say, yeah, but they make such a mess. Well, let me clue you in on something. They make a mess at 2 years old, as big a mess as they make at 8 years old if they've never done it. They need to build their skills. They need time to build their skills. And when you give a child time to build their skills, you send an indirect message that says, I believe in you. And when your child knows that their parents believe in them, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. If they hurry up and they're putting on shoes and you're frustrated, you're like, let me just put those shoes on. You now send a message that I don't believe in you and I don't think you can do it. Leave time for kids. Leave time for them to master skills. Give them the opportunity to master skills. When they feel confident, when they feel like they can do something, they're capable, they take on that responsibility. Families is the opportunity for a child to learn that I am not the center of the universe. Children are born thinking they're the center of the universe. Why? Because for the most part, they are. They can't take care of themselves. Little baby humans cannot take care of themselves. They need love, shelter, nourishment. They can't take care of themselves. But their family is their first introduction to community. And they have as much responsibility to that community as their parents do. They belong there. They work together. They learn they contribute. Everybody contributes. Everybody is respected. This is their community. This is their people. This is where they belong. I want you to start seeing your children's strengths. We all have strengths. And interestingly enough, they're not all the same. You are strong at some things. Your husband or wife is strong at some things. Your kids are strong at some things. And you have different areas that you're not so strong at. Watch your children, tune into them, be a part of their life, a part of their experience, a part of their interests, find their strengths. Our job as parents is discover what they're good at. Don't make them what you want them to be, make them what they want to be, and encourage and celebrate them. And let them know they're capable. Give them a voice. Sit down, talk with each other, have family meetings, ask questions, solve problems. Talk with your child, not at your child. Nobody wants to be lectured. Nobody wants to be yelled at. I had a parent say to me, well, you have to admit there's an appropriate time to spank a child. I don't know how many of you think that, but my question back to him was, when is it appropriate for me to hit you? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, if there's appropriate time to hit a child, there must be an appropriate time for me to hit you, or his wife who was sitting next to him, or for your wife to hit you, or you to hit your wife, or a teacher to hit a student, or a doctor to hit a patient. There is never an appropriate time to hit someone else. Never. It does not produce respect. It may produce compliance, but you are not building a person of character, and you're not building someone who will sit at the throne of life and lead the next generation. You are destroying them. Be a good listener. I forgot to mention that. I want to make sure you're listening, because if you're a good listener with your kids, they will trust you forever. My 5 kids talked to me throughout their teenage years. They came to me. Why? I was a good listener. You may not be able to solve every problem, but you want them to know you're here to listen. Respect. I can't say that word enough. Children deserve your respect just like you deserve respect. If your child is talking back at you, I'll give you 2 responses. One is you look at them and you say, try that again, please. Calmly, using your manners, try that again, please. And then if they're still talking disrespectfully to you, you let them know that, guess what, guys, when you talk disrespectfully to me, I'm leaving. I'm not carrying on a conversation. When you carry on a conversation with anyone that's speaking disrespectfully to you, you give them permission to speak that way to you. You do not deserve to be disrespected. Neither do your children. None of us do. You must speak with respect, and you must insist on it for yourself. Okay, these are 3 things I want you to remember. These are 3 messages I send out consistently. Everything you do, good or not so good, you give your child permission to do. You don't just role model it, you give them permission. If you smack them, you might as well sit down and go, and by the way, you have permission to hit. If you yell at them, you might as well say, and by the way, you have permission to yell. If you cuss, you're saying, oh, by the way, you have permission to cuss. Everything you do, you give them permission to do. If you don't want them to do it, then don't do it. My biggest pet peeve in the world is when kids get punished for something their parents taught them. Are you punishing your kids based on things they learned from you? Ask yourself that. If you're cussing and your child cusses and then they get smacked or yelled at or sent to their room, where did they learn that from? We didn't get born. We were not born knowing how to cuss. Someone had to teach it to us. Remember these things. Children don't become responsible when they're controlled. They become defiant. If you are smacking, if you are being disrespectful, if you are yelling, screaming, bossing them around, not that you're not the boss of them, but if you are making them do things in a disrespectful way, your child will become disrespectful and defiant. They become responsible when they're encouraged to solve problems, to resolve conflict on their own, to offer opinions without feeling like they can't, to feel capable, trusted, appreciated, valued. Let me give you a thing that you can start doing today with your child to help them learn to be a problem solver. I think you might agree that we have a lot of complainers in this world. Too many. A lot of people complain without solutions. I want you to do this with your children. I want you to, one, if they come to you with a complaint, they have to also come to you with 3 solutions. Okay? One complaint is accompanied by 3 solutions. You want to raise a problem solver instead of a problem maker? When they come to you with a complaint, tell them they need 3 solutions. That becomes an automatic in your home. You'll be so proud of them. They have great ideas, and they need to also understand that not every solution will work, but it doesn't mean it's not a solution. It may still be a solution. It may not just be a great solution. And then you can talk about the solutions and figure out the one that works. So I want to ask you what common words keep showing up in this presentation. And I hope you can put them in the comments. And respect better be there. So what are 3 common words that you heard that showed up in this presentation consistently? Any ideas? I know we're kind of delayed. I have some coffee. I have coffee. I have water. These are my favorite drinks, coffee and water. I hope you have coffee and water. I love coffee. Respect, parenting. I almost wrote what comic it's, yeah. Respect, solution providers. Yes, isn't that great? Responsibility. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Yes, this is what we're working on. Bonding. Love that. Love that. Communication, calm communication, not crazy, wild communication. Be calm. Take a breath. Raising a responsible child is like solving a puzzle. People will often say, please give me one tip to have them stop throwing tantrums. The tantrum is a symptom of a core problem. That's why most of the people that work with me don't have tantrums in their houses, because we resolve the core problem. We don't have to cover up the tantrum because there's something going on that's causing those tantrums. That's why you're part of Wendy, or you should be part of Wendy's group, the Intentional Parenting Academy, because you learn how you resolve core problems so all these symptoms don't keep showing up. You need consistency. You need consequences. You need encouragement. You need calm communication. You need connection. You need love. You need guidance. You need all these things so the puzzle comes together. You miss a piece, you're not going to complete the puzzle. You're putting together the puzzle of your child's future. They need structure. They don't need to just do whatever they want to do. There is some structure that's required because they don't have the brain power to run their own lives. Okay, so think of what kind of child you want. Be the person that creates that child that they can model from. And really work on your calm and connection so that they feel included with your family and they take on responsibility. Okay, so I want to give you a gift. It's free because you may be thinking, well, what now? What do I do now? I think of all these things. I'm not doing so great. This is not, none of this, and I'm pretty sure I speak for the other speakers, is to make you feel guilty. All of this is to make you think, what kind of parent am I? What kind of parent do I want to be? And I hope the answer is you want to be a better parent. Even great parents want to be better parents. And you're already great parents because you're here. You showed up. So what I created for you is a snapshot. I call it this Parenting Success Snapshot. What it does is you go through some questions. Remember, we talked about strengths, and it finds your strengths, your parenting strengths. And it finds where you might be challenged and what might be missing, those missing pieces. And then it'll give you an evaluation. It is free to take. You can click on that QR code, or you can simply join Time for School, SKOOL.com, my school community. School is a platform. It's free to join. And once you join, you will immediately get instructions how to take that snapshot. Really look and evaluate what's going on in your family. How can I create the kind of adult that's going to be the next leader in this next generation? That's going to be able to be the one that sits on the throne that people look up to. Because if you can create that, you can affect 7 generations to come. That's fine. And I'm done. And I thank you guys for being here. And I hope you found value in this presentation. And you take one thing that you can do today and take that snapshot. And I don't know if I know how to take, oh, there, went away all by itself.
Wow. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for doing this with us today. Anytime I listen to you, I'm in awe. I learned so many things. Ma. Thank you. We are so grateful.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you for having me. It's always a blessing, and I'm always grateful.
Yes, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma. At this point, we go for a water break and be back shortly. Team.
Good day to you all. My name is Olatukumbo Boko from England. I heard about the inner circle from a friend. She said, you need to come into the yard. All these complaints and things you're saying, you will find a way out. I used to be a yeller. I can yell the roof down. But coming into the yard, I began to realize that, no, this is not the way things are done. I began to see how a family system should be and how we should function. I began to understand that parenting is not just about giving birth to a child and raising the child. It's a calling. I began to understand my place in partnership with God to raise up the child with the child's blueprints. I began to understand my children's learning style, and I began to learn emotional intelligence, even in relating with my children, my husband, in the family, even at my work, my business, and even helping other women, teaching and guiding. I began to understand that TIP is not just because of my children. It's about me personally developing myself through the knowledge, through the teachings. I also understood what discipline is, not what I thought it used to be. There's so much in TIP. I encourage you out there, if you're not in the yard, come and join us. Come and learn. Come and understand what your calling is as a parent. It's not about that child itself, it's about you. Thank you.
Okay, we're back. Thank you so much, ma'am. So what is your last words to us that you can take home and reflect on, ma?
Your last piece, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Your last piece of advice, and this is a game changer. You know, I talked about it during the session, but I really want you all to recognize the good your child does and let them know you see it. Do it for your spouse too, because your child does so much more good than not good. I had a parent say, I asked them, what did your child do good today? What were their wins? And she's like, I don't know. They've been bad so bad. They've been bad so much today. I can't even think of anything. And I said, did they wake up? And she said, yes. I said, did they get dressed? Yes. Did they go potty? Yes. Did they eat breakfast? Yes. Did they get to school on time? Yes. I said, there's 5 things right there your child did right, and you couldn't name one of them. It is human nature to notice the negative. I want you to really practice noticing the good. And when your child does something right, just don't say good job. Tell them, thank you so much for brushing your teeth this morning. Thank you so much for eating a good breakfast and getting off to school on time. I really appreciate it. We had a great morning. The more you notice that when they do good, the more good they will do. Children ultimately want to make their parents proud of them. I know sometimes it doesn't seem that way, but they do. They live their lives, and I bet some of you watching right now are thinking, I wish my parents were proud of me, because it goes into adulthood. They always want to know you're proud of them. Let them know you noticed, and it'll be a game changer in your home.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
welcome.
We don't take your time for granted. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Thank you, ma.
You're
And
welcome.
bye for now.
Thank you.
Ma'am. So, you have all heard. In short, I'm in awe. Every time I listen to Celia, I've been in awe. Look at all the things. In short, my notes is almost filled up. Look at my notes, my pen. I was continuously writing. So at this point, I want to invite those that are not.
Hi everyone, my name is Susan Udochukwu from Lagos Theatre. I was introduced to TIP by my sister. I joined TIP in December 2023 for the 2024 cohort. After salvation, TIP is the next best thing that happened to me. You heard me. I thought I didn't need to learn parenting, but when I entered TIP, I realized I knew next to nothing. I had to jump up and put on my humility agbada and re-strategize on the areas that I have seen gaps, zooming in on energy and time management. And I prioritize things that matter to me, my daily tools, my wisdom notes, my journaling, the webinars, my book reading, and the book review. This changed everything for me. Today, I have a spouse that do not just connect to the family, but is committed to supporting and learning and nurturing activities that our child requires to grow. This is better experienced than explained, and I must say that it requires consistency and focus to achieve the desired outcome in life, because nothing of value comes cheap. The system in TIP will open you up. It's a structured system. It will keep you on your toes. It will stretch you. It will prune you. And at the end of the day, to keep you accountable. To everyone listening to me, if you are yet to join, please go and register for 2027 cohorts starting in December 2026, because flood na bia.
In your home, there is a throne. Every word you speak, every value you plant, every child you raise is shaping who will lead tomorrow. The throne is in your hands. The future is in your care. You are raising more than children. You are raising those who will lead. Power in their hands, purpose in their hearts, influence in their voice. The throne is in your hands. The throne is in your hands. Raise with vision, build with intention. The throne is in your hands. 40 speakers, one assignment, 7 days of transformation. July 20th to 26th, 2026. We are raising the next system of power, purpose, and influence. The Intentional Parent Annual Conference 2026.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
CIP police is coming for you. There's no how-ness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard,
why not?
In your home, there is a throne.